Hey everybody, I'm Todd Newton, welcoming you to the E! Original Special. Now, for years, E! Entertainment Television has been kind of keeping tabs on everybody in the world of entertainment. Well, I'm here to turn the tables on this TV network. So you sit back, get comfortable, and get ready for an up-close and uncensored look at the daily dramas that play out behind the scenes of E! Peek around any corner at E! and you're likely to get an eyeful. One day, it's the Talk Soup group up to their usual shenanigans. The next, a slew of Natalie Wood or Jane Mansfield lookalikes saunter in for casting sessions. And if you keep your eyes peeled, you just might catch a glimpse of a Hollywood big shot or two. Then again, you might come across my impressive office, only on E!
Thank you.
And every once in a while, your favorite band might be cutting loose on the roof. You're about to find out what the average day is like here at E! Entertainment Television, and it's exciting to say the least. A major portion of each day is spent putting together our live news show. So here's a revealing look at Hollywood's newsroom.
George, not too tight, okay?
Hey, wide shots, baby.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gina St. John.
She's always so cheerful. I'm Steve Kometka. We're reporting live from Los Angeles.
The first indication that E! News Daily is not the typical run-of-the-mill entertainment news show might be the fish or the dancers. But anchors Steve Kometko and Gina St. John are the ones who provide the dead giveaway.
Can come true. They can happen to you if you're young and hard.
Did you get that?
We're not trying to be terribly serious. I mean, let's face it, it's entertainment news. It's not Bosnia.
According to E! News Daily's news director, Edward Zarkov, the show was designed to be that way.
We want them to get everything that's happening in entertainment, everything that they need to know, and everything that they perhaps want to know, with a little bit of attitude.
Of course, Steve and Gina don't live in the E! News Daily studio. Their job requires them to get out and cozy up to Hollywood movers and shakers. Poor dears.
Oh, this is the crew from me. Gina St. John. She's going to actually do the interview.
Nice to meet you. I'm Gina. Gina St. John. Pleasure.
Earlier tonight, I told the American public that I ran into you in the men's room. That's right. But it's part of my job. I get to meet the celebrities, yeah, but it's part of my job. It's not like we're having lunch or we're shopping together. But it's great fun. I enjoy sitting down with a lot of these people. Because I like to see what makes them tick and why they do what they do.
You may not need a sleeping pill. He's never been interviewed by me before. Very relaxing. You can just nod off in the middle of it. An interview is the same whether it's one of the kids here at the camp or it's some famous celebrity that's made a million movies, because it's still just another human being that's got some really neat stuff to tell you. They've got a great story, and if you listen closely enough, you'll learn something. Oh my God, Mr. Hoffman kissed me on both cheeks. I'm a girl, not just an anchor.
Meanwhile, back at the E! News Daily newsroom, a well-lubricated machine gears up for the daily race to get an hour-long news show on the air.
What is that? You know, get it in. Don't air it. Just get it in, because somebody's going to want to look at it.
The day begins with a story meeting, during which producers begin to track the top stories. Then it's off to a pitch meeting with E!'s talent executives. They suggest events to cover, celebrities to interview, and story angles to pursue.
Christy Turlington is promoting the new Calvin Klein fragrance called Contradiction, November 1st at Bloomingdale's.
After the morning meetings, things get rolling, and people start running, because in news, every second counts.
More often than not, you will want to not be in the hallway right before air, as frantic producers, production assistants, production coordinators are running down the hallway, just like broadcast news.
We'll arrange to have the people to interview. We'll go and interview them, so drive, talk to them, come back, write the story, edit the story, and get it on air by 3 LA time. It's fast, and we do that every single day.
Okay, so we'd come to you. Again, it'd be like a 20-minute interview. I'm sending my reporter, Linda Grasso.
You get the story assignment in the morning, and then all of a sudden you have to be out in the field, and then you have to come back and you have to edit it and get it on the air by 3. What kind of pressure's involved?
She makes me nervous just going through it. I didn't feel pressure until you put it like that.
Today, Linda and her crew are heading to the set of the TV comedy Ellen.
We're actually going on the set of Ellen. Ellen is taping its 100th episode. So we're going to go and watch what they do and hopefully get interviews. Seems like everybody cuts out of here early on a Friday, doesn't it? Except for us hard workers. Oh, George.
Come on in.
Hey, Grace, you know what? We need to go in the Riverside Gate. I like the spontaneity of getting there, you know, casing the joint, seeing what looks interesting, seeing who looks interesting, and just winging it.
Is there a long enough shot in that guy, you think?
On pad. This guy?
Yeah.
Once shot, the day's stories must be written and edited in a hurry, and reporters and producers must adapt to constant changes.
Their new album. I know. Well, that's why I'm saying let me have Green Day for the credits. Oh, I don't have Green Day in the show. I think you should meet the real power. This is Kristen Burns. She is our editor. She has been editing music news loyally, and she's the one who's responsible for it. So if you don't like music news, blame Kristen.
Thanks.
With 6 edit bays buzzing, the E! News Daily team cranks out story after story, right up until airtime.
20. Coming out to camera 3.
Roll 7.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Roll 7. Play that sound.
5,
Set
4.
2.
During the show, the director is in control. Steve, Gina, David, and Greg introduce the stories everyone has worked so hard to complete.
So now we have like a minute on tape, and then it comes back again.
Judging from the relaxed atmosphere, you'd think this was a rehearsal, not a live show, beamed to millions.
You want a scary ride? You take a 405 at 85 miles an hour during rush hour traffic. That's a scary ride.
She's great fun to work with, and she gets my sense of humor, which a lot of people don't.
Producing a 1-hour daily news show is a major endeavor that involves hard work and dedication. But one E! News Daily staffer stands head and shoulders above the rest, depending on who you ask.
Who do you think is the hardest working person in news?
Me? Dumb question. Next.
The hardest working person in news has to be Steve Kometka.
Edward Zarkov would be the hardest working man in the newsroom, right, Ed? Don't forget that review, buddy.
We have a wonderful staff, and they all work equally hard. I'm just, the walking mic stand. They're the people who really work, the ones behind the scenes, the producers and reporters and writers. They're the ones. And the camera crews.
Perhaps the real unsung heroes of E! News Daily are Steve and Gina's perky orange co-stars. They never complain and work for next to nothing.
Tell me, who feeds the fish?
We make Steve Kometko do that.
Tom feeds the fish. Our famous Tom McNamara is responsible for feeding the fish. You feed them on Fridays, don't you? Before the long weekend?
Every day except the weekend.
Every day except the weekend. So, when Tom goes on vacation, we get new fish.